Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and today in the private group we're going to talk about how I believe Bitcoin eventually gets flipped. It'll be dethroned by XRP and probably others too, and Bitcoin will become an altcoin. We're going to talk about, okay, how's that going to happen? If you want to join, go to daixrp.com to join through the Patreon, or click the join button right here below any of my videos. Also, the XRP market is moving right now, and that doesn't mean anything for you. If you don't have your XRP in a place where you can get the liquidity to do your exit and execute your exit strategy. I have decided I personally use Caleb and Brown for that, so that I can get institutional custody, and I can get the liquidity, and I get an actual person I can talk to and have a plan in place. If you want to do the same, I created a simple link, xrpwealth589.com will forward you to my page here. Caleb and Brown is my affiliate partner. All you have to do is click the sign up today button right there. Here's a reminder for you that XRP Las Vegas which is xrplasvegas.com. It's only, I think, 17 days away. And the ex-head of XRP Markets, Miguel Valles, will be there. Now he's the founder CEO of Pump.Games. This is what Miguel Valles is most famous for.
Like, how do you intend to distribute the rest of the XRP then?
Yeah, no, that's a good question, Mahir. And I don't necessarily know that we'll ever distribute all of it. In my mind's eye, there's a possibility where, we end up more of a lending kind of, more of a lender of last resort capacity, maybe. I think that would be a little strange for a software company, and maybe some things would have to change structurally. Maybe we have to have a different organization or something. Who knows, right?
Different organization, maybe a bank. So XRP has been going nuts here. We're at 3.32 trillion market cap. XRP looks like, let's click on it and see where we're at. Plus 8.78%. This thing, community sentiment, 88%. This is a good thing. Today's a good day, folks. Okay, why do I have that little, I don't know why. Okay. Look at this. For a brief moment, I don't think it's there right now. Yeah, it is. It has jumped Tether, and Brad Combs pointed it out, just flipped Tether. And it's it's right there where it's going back and forth. It'll be interesting to see if this market really takes off. Look, Dave Portnoy's talking XRP.
Bitcoin, 104,000. XRP is at 263. Get out of here! Get out of here! It was 240 at at 6 in the morning. It's at 263. Get out of here! I told you. ETH 250. I can't. What's my port value?
I told you too. Good stuff. Now, this came out from CoinDesk today. South Korean retail traders are piling into XRP Doge, sign of returning risk on sentiment among speculative traders in the crypto-friendly country. I took this moment to remind you all, never forget all the schemes that were attempted to suppress XRP. I'll never forget it, and if you were there, you won't either. January 9th, 2018, CoinMarketCap removes South Korea exchanges. Ripple market cap drops $20 billion. Major South Korean exchanges were excluded from CoinMarketCap's price calculations. Ripple drops. So what happened was, when this happened, everybody woke up, in the US at least, and thought that the XRP price had plummeted. But it had not plummeted. They actually just took out. They stopped factoring in the XRP, the South Korean exchanges, making it look like the price had dropped, and then that caused a price dive. And I've always felt like it was intentional. Now, coin market cap is now under new ownership. I think Binance might own it. Don't quote me on that. But make no mistake, that was one of many different tactics that have been tried, including SEC lawsuits to stop XRP. Dom from Easy A is right. Say it after me. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore, Mr. President. It's too much. Let's show you some of that winning. It's fun to watch the Trump naysayers being firmly put on the wrong side of history. They announced the historic trade deal. And then it's fun to point out some of the losers and what they were saying. See, it takes guts to do what Trump did, to knowingly initiate these trade discussions, knowing that in the short run it would tank the markets and he would get all kinds of criticism. But this is the kind of people we've been needing running this place for decades. These gutless politicians have put us in this place, and it took somebody who had the guts to get us out after all this time. Here's one of the losers that's been driving this country into the ground for decades.
Comes in and basically starts the dumbest trade war in the history of this country. This is going to be about potentially millions of people losing their jobs. It's going to be about millions of people losing their savings, many of people losing their retirement security, and at the same time taking on even higher costs.
All right, so these are the loser politicians, but don't you ever forget, they have had their help by the losers in the financial media. Make no mistake, our media, Trump calls it fake news. Well, we have fake financial news too. Here's clown show Jim Cramer. This is what he was saying. Now he's trying to jump on the Trump train. He says it's amazing, Jim Cramer, on why the U.S.-China deal to cut tariffs is good for stocks. But this is what he was saying when Trump was having to take the risk to do the right thing. This is what this jerk-off was saying.
BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, who writes an annual chairman's letter required reading for anyone in the markets, wrote some faithful words today. Quote, I hear it from nearly every client, nearly every leader, nearly every person I talk to. They're more anxious about the economy than any time in recent memory, end quote. I come back and say, I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. But let's think about what that really means for you and me. We have declining inflation, except the president's putting on inflationary tariffs. We have incredibly low unemployment, except where it's caused by the Trump administration. We have a market that was doing extremely well last year until the Trump administration sowed a level of uncertainty that I can't recall any time since, are you ready, Ski Daddy, Jimmy Carter.
So he was comparing him to Jimmy Carter.
Which is the last time people were really worried about inflation, about stagflation, okay? Back then, stagflation was real. Now, Jimmy Carter, curious benchmark, break out the cardigan.
So the moral of the story is it's a good thing that Trump does not listen to any of the loser politicians and their loser helpers, paid promoters in their media that serves a master. So listen to this. This is a little bit more information. He said he was going to have an earth-shattering announcement. And now he's saying it involves Canada, but it's not involving tariffs.
You know, I said before in our meeting with the new and very talented Prime Minister of Canada that we have some very big announcement to make. It's not about trade, it's about something else, but it's going to be a truly earth-shattering and positive development for this country and for the people of this country. And that'll take place sometime within the next few days.
And then he tells you he has done the total reset. Total reset has been unlocked.
In addition, yesterday we achieved a total reset with China after productive talks in Geneva. Both sides now agreed to reduce the tariffs imposed after April 2nd to 10% for 90 days as negotiators continue in the larger structural issues. And I want to tell you that a couple of things. First of all, that doesn't include the tariffs that are already on, that are our tariffs, and it doesn't include tariffs on cars, steel, aluminum, things such as that.
All right. And then here, this is Jim Rickards talking about what a reset looks like.
So a reset is, as I say, basically an international monetary conference of some kind. It could be a lot of sponsors. Could be the United Nations. It could be the G20. I think that's probably more likely. It could be just President Trump, giving a press conference and saying everyone's invited to Mar-a-Lago next weekend. We're going to reorganize the international monetary system. But there's a little more to it than that.
All right. When the price has been going up a lot today, so I'd put this out. If this keeps up, the Bitcoin maxis will begin posting about how XRP is a scam, so predictable, the fear's real. They know when Bitcoin becomes an altcoin, the entire narrative implodes. So I'll start there. And in the Patreon, which is daixrp.com, or if you'd rather join on YouTube, you click the join button below this video. In there, we're going to talk about the dethroning of Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Bitcoin being flipped and XRP turning it into an altcoin, their worst nightmare, the Bitcoin maxi worst nightmare. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Let's talk about the Bitcoin maxi worst nightmare. Here we go.